Hello, fourth grade. How are you? We are in Studio B and we are working on finishing today Unit 6. We are going to finish Unit 6. You guys might see an assessment. It won't be the usual one, but you'll probably get some kind of assessment for Unit 6 coming up on Schoolology. So anyway, we're going to finish Unit 6 today, which is Module 4, but there's really only 2 sessions because the third session is the big assessment that you would have taken in school. So anyway, we're going to finish Module 4 all in one big swoop here, okay? So in the teacher's guide, they have these relationships, and I'm going to go through them now. When you're watching this, if you want to pause at any point and just study a couple of these, you can do that. That's what's nice about being on video. But let's think of this as, this is all money down this side, and this is like, let's say these are people dividing up that money, okay? So for the first one, if you have $20 and you divide it by 10 people, they each get $2. But what if you cut the divisor in half? The money stays the same. Now there's only 5 people. Well, since there's less people wanting that $20, you get more. So it actually doubles. Because we cut the divisor in half, the money doubles. Okay? Then we did the $20 divided by 10 equals $2 a piece, and then we doubled the money. Well, if you double the money and you're still taking 10 people, you double they each get $4, double. What about if we do $20 divided by 10 equals 2, our original problem, and then we double the divisor. Now it's $20 divided by 20 people. Well, now it gets cut in half because there's twice as many people that want that money, okay? Now we're down to $1. What if we drop down to $5 divided by 10 people? Well, it's 50 cents. And then if we cut that in half, but we keep the same 10 people, the money that we get out of it gets cut in half, 25 cents each. And then they wanted to show you this one, $20 divided by 20 people is $1, right? And if you cut the money in half and the divisor, the amount of people in half, it stayed the same. So $10 divided by 10 people is still $1. And then the last one, we've got, this is $5 divided by 10 is 50 cents. Forgot my dollar sign. And then if you cut that in half, and once again, like we did up here, if you cut the divisor in half and you cut the money in half, it's still 50 cents, okay? So in the teaching guide, they wanted me to show you that. So if you take a moment, if you pause, if you want to look at those, if you're like, oh, he went through those too fast, just go back and pause and take a look at those, okay? We are doing, in your math today, your student book and everything, you're doing a lot of dividing money, okay? So here's, in the teacher's manual, it says 323 divided by 17, okay? So what we did, or what I did and the book did, is we made this ratio table with the 1 to 17. So this is a times 17 ratio table, whatever we put in the top times 17. So I always like to start with 1 because that shows you the ratio table is a times 17. Okay, in this case 17, I was going to say dollars, but the total money is $323. This is a times 17 ratio table. So after the 1 times 17, I decided, well, I got to go bigger than that. So I did 10 times 17 is 170. And I'm like, well, we still have a ways to go. What's 20 look like? Well, if you do 20 times 17, remember that's double 10. This is doubled, this gets doubled. So 170 plus 170 is 340. Now we're too high. And then the book said, what about 5? 5 times 17. Well, 5 times 17 is 85. That doesn't really help, okay? And then I decided I'm looking at different relationships here, and you could have done, you know, maybe 7 times 17 or 8 times 17. I did 9 times 17, and I lucked out because I did a little guessing check, and it's 153. And if you notice, $170 plus $153 come together and give us our dividend, okay? And we already know our divisor. So if we take 10 and 9, we got 19. That's our missing number. That's our quotient. Okay, that's our answer.
That's really cool, Mr. Bauer. Right here too, where there was 20, and it was $340, and they needed
Exactly.
323. Wow, they're 17 over right there.
Yeah, and
so that does the same thing.
right.
Oh,
And some
20 minus
students,
1.
Yep. 20. Some students might be thinking, well, 340. I'm only 17 higher.
1 over.
So if I take 1 off of 20, there you go. You're right. 19.
2 ways to do it. That's cool.
Yep. This one's called equivalent ratio. It's kind of strange, and it wouldn't work if you had odd numbers. You know, it's not going to work. But look at, you got 208 divided by 8, and so if we're thinking dollars again, okay, $208 divided by 8 people, okay. What if we cut that in half, both of them? Now we got $104 by 4 people. We still have the same ratio. We just cut it in half. So 104 cut in half is $52, 2 people. And here's our answer. It really worked out cool right there. 1 person is $26. So 208 divided by 8 is 26. Okay? So all of these, remember I said we kept the same ratio. 8 times 26 is 208. 4 times 26 is 104. 52 times 2 times 26 is 52. And $26 is our answer. That's called equivalent ratio. Okay? All right. So here, because I want to slow down a little bit, I want to show you what was in the teacher's guide, okay? So if we go back to 8 people dividing $792, okay? So here's the algorithm, okay? So 8 won't go into 7, but 8 will go into 79 9 times. 9 times 8 is 72. Subtract. And look what we got. Everybody knows that. 8 into 72 is 9. 9 times 8 is 72. No remainder. Okay? So if you look at this whole board, the answer is going to be 99 on all of these. But I wanted to show you the different ways of doing it. Okay? So here's a ratio table. Remember, I took the divisor, and that's our ratio. So this is a times 8 ratio table. Okay, so I always start with 1 times 8. Okay, then I jump to 10. I'm like, whoa, I got a ways to go, and I did 972. I'm like, whoa, I need something bigger. So what I thought as I'm doing this is, if I just jump to 90, okay, 90 times 8, okay, we're just adding a 0 to this one. So 90 times 8 is 720. And right there I'm thinking, whoa, I'm really close. So in my head I did 792 minus 720, and I'm only 72 away. Look at that, okay? So if you put those together, you get the dividend, okay? We already have the divisor. This ratio table is at 8 times 8, so that's our divisor. Here's our answer once again, okay? So 72 plus 720 is our 792. So you have to put these together, kind of like partial products, like when we do math. These are like partial quotients. Okay, you could call these partial quotients. That's actually what this next one is called. Okay, so we got, you remember so that was a ratio table. Here's the area model type, or sometimes the book calls it an array. Okay, but these are partial quotients. Okay, so here's, just like we did up here, if we're thinking, okay, this side is an 8 by something. Well, if I jump right in and go 90, I know that 9 times 8 is 72, and with the zeros, it's $720 out of our 792. I know I'm only 72 away, so 8 times 9 is 72. Those together give you your dividend, and these together are your quotient, 90 plus 9, okay, 99. And then we've got the over strategy. You didn't think I was going to forget that, did you? So since we're thinking, well, 792, wow, that's really close to a big 00 number. It's close to 800. Well, 8 times 100 is 800. And look how close we are. So you take off 1/8, and you're at 792, okay? So that's the over strategy. We've done that before. Okay, the last one, remember, is just that equivalent ratio again, okay? So we got 792. It just, this equivalent ratio on some of these, it works out pretty cool. So we got $792 divided by 8 people. What if we cut them both in half? We got $396 divided by 4 people. Still the same ratio. Here we cut it in half again, $198 divided by 2 people. And look what happens when we take those 2 people down to 1, and we take the 198 and cut it in half, $99. There's our answer again, okay? So cool. All right, so a couple things. We're almost done. Here is your homework to finish Unit 6, Student Book 248 to 251, Home Connections 129, 130, and you will be done with Unit 6. Now, I wanted to show you, just for fun, on page 250 in your student book, you have a problem like this, okay? Now, remember, look at this one. 35 divided by 5 is 7. Isn't 7 times 5 35? So that means this times this plus the remainder should give you that, right? Okay. What if there was no remainder? You would get, well, that's 32. Because 32 divided by 8 is 4. Because 4 times 8 is 32. But now we got remainder 3. 32 plus 3. How about that? Does that look right? 35 divided by 8 equals 4, remainder 3. Yeah, okay. And then number 2, C, has a rope. I think it's 16 foot, okay, something like that. I want you to try get down to the inch on that because you can. Don't say blank blank remain and you got this much rope left over. Take that extra foot of rope and divide it into inches, and you can make the rope go exactly 16 divided by 3. Think about that. 16 foot divided by 3. Okay? You know there's a 5 foot something in there, right? Well, what are you going to do with that last foot? Because you can break a foot into 3 pieces. Think about that. How long is that rope going to be down to the inch? I think you can do it. Okay? So, that is Unit 6. Boom. We are done with Unit 6. The next time I see you on video here at Studio B will be starting Unit 7. Okay? Have a great day. I hope everything's going well for you and your family. Have a great day. Studio B is out.